Today's video is all about buying cheaper sealed Pokemon card products. What I realized is I've seen a lot of videos talking about gains that sealed Pokemon card products get, or gains that single Pokemon card products get, or losses that single Pokemon card products, or losses that sealed Pokemon card products get. But no one ever really taps into entry point price. So that's what this video is all about today. I'm going to give you 4 ways that you can pick up sealed Pokemon card products for as cheap as possible. We're going to look at 1, eBay, 2, StockX, which is a little bit controversial, 3, local gaming stores, and 4, big retailers. Now, there's a lot of talk on a lot of videos around things like, and I've done it myself, which is perfectly, I'm not bagging it out, it's perfectly fine to look at, but people will go like, Evolving Skies started 2023 at $300 and finished the year at $450. Therefore it's seen a 50% gain for the year. Evolving Skies has seen massive gains, etc., etc., etc. We've all seen videos like that. Chilling Reigns gained 20% on the year. Lost Origins gained 12% on the year. Like, there's plenty of those videos out there, but there's not too many videos, I don't find, showcasing you how to buy cheaper sealed products. Because the fact of the matter is, the cheaper you buy it at, the more percentage gains you're going to get when it goes up. And I know that's a bit of a no-brainer, and that's almost like how a market economy works, isn't it? As a buyer, you want to buy something as cheap as you possibly can, and as a seller, you want to get as much as you damn well can for it. That's how a free market economy works. And, buyer and seller generally come to some sort of conclusion, and that's when people shake hands and a deal takes place. It's the exact same thing that happens in the car world. Buyer and seller need to come to a mutual agreement and essentially shake hands to do a deal and move a product on. In my case, the product I'm moving on is Toyotas. Same thing happens in the card world. If you haven't done so, please subscribe. It means a lot. It's nice to develop a sort of community around the PokeOz side of it. And also, if you wanted to become a channel member, you can do so. It's nice and easy. You just go to the homepage, click join. It allows you to send me some emails asking some more personalized Pokemon investing questions. So if you haven't done that, it'd be awesome to have you as a member. Anyway, let's get on with the video and jump into number 1. So the first thing I wanted to look at, I mentioned we're going to do eBay, StockX, local gaming stores and big retailers on how to pick up cheaper products. So first one, eBay. Now, this is a little trick that I've sort of figured out, and it can catch, I suppose, young players out. This is a trick for young players almost. And if you're an experienced buyer on eBay, you probably picked it up already. If you haven't, here's a little trick right now. Let's say you want to buy yourself a booster box of Lost Origins sealed because you want to park it away and your whole game plan is to buy it at X and sell it at Y in 2 years or 3 years or 5 years or 10 years and make Z amount of profit. Okay? So you're going to sit on it and then sell it for more, essentially. Okay, the lower you can buy it for, the more money you're going to make in terms of percentage gains and total overall profit. Like, that is a no-brainer. I don't want to insult anyone's intelligence by talking down to anyone, because I'm certainly not trying to do that. But if you log on to eBay, most people will do this, okay? They'll search for Lost Origin booster box, and of course, they'll go price low to high. And straight away, this is in Australian dollars, so Australians, you're welcome. You do give me a little bit of flack sometimes saying that I always talk in US dollars. But it's more the theory, this, not so much what the currency is, Australian dollars or US dollars. Love you, fellow Aussies. So $239 comes up as the cheapest Australian Lost Origin booster box on eBay with free postage. So if you did that and you wanted to buy one, straight away you go price low to high and you go, bang, I'll grab that because it's the cheapest. Nothing's going to be cheaper than $239. Well, let's scroll along a little bit, because some of them, I found some at $249, with a $10 discount code, which also, of course, brings us back to $239. So it's still no cheaper. But I scrolled down to about the 7th or 8th listing, which was at 265 Australian dollars. And you know what it had as a discount code? $35. So straight away, we're down to 230 Australian dollars by cruising down to about the 7th listing on low to high reference in Lost Origin booster boxes. So rather than buy the cheapest at $239, you're actually saving $9 and going 230 by buying the 7th listing and applying the discount code. Sounds simple, but $10 here and there on every single product you buy, especially when it comes to percentage gains, is going to make a big difference, because $10 at 230 is 4%. Okay? You're already 4% up if you buy it at 230 compared to buying it at 239 when you're looking down future gains. So I know it sounds simple and it might sound oversimplified, but if you didn't know that trick, that's a good little trick to use on eBay to find yourself something cheaper. Now, the second one I want to talk about, and there's, I suppose, a little bit of controversy around this website, but not really. I don't find it. I've never run into any issues using StockX, and I'm not here advocating it. Like, I don't have any affiliation, of course, to StockX, but this is how it works. If you haven't used StockX, predominantly it was set up as I suppose more a sneaker selling website to the best of my knowledge. I haven't done heaps of research into StockX, but that's what it seems to always be. Basically, to the best of my knowledge, StockX will verify a product to make sure it's legit. So you have someone selling it almost sort of on consignment, but not really. They'll list it, they send it to StockX, a buyer buys it, StockX verifies the product and sends it out to the buyer. Like, it's about as simple as it gets, but that's how it happens to the best of my knowledge. But you can also, of course, buy Pokemon card products on there. And in case you didn't know how it works, it is sort of like that free market economy as well. I want to use an example of a Forbidden Light Elite Trainer Box. So not a popular Sun and Moon set, one of the weaker Sun and Moon sets, but if you're into having a full collection of Elite Trainer boxes, getting all the Sun and Moon Elite Trainer boxes before they get super dear isn't a bad idea. So what you'll see on StockX, you'll see the lowest ask price. So this is sellers, okay? So the lowest ask price for a Forbidden Light, and I've switched back to US dollars, sorry Australian, but again, it's the concept that matters, 153 US dollars. And the lowest bid price, so this is buyers leaving bids in there, at $68. Now, the way it works is, as a buyer, which is what we're talking about today, buying cheaper sealed product, as a buyer, you put in a price that you're happy to pay for something. And what it does, it sits there from memory. I haven't used StockX for a few months, but it sits there from memory for maybe 30 days. Correct me if I'm wrong. It might be a little bit longer. It might be a little bit less. Sits there for 30 days. And if it gets picked up instantly, your PayPal, if you've linked that, or your MasterCard or what credit card, whatever you link to your StockX accounts gets debited and the sale's done. You don't get to choose, will you accept this? You've put the bid in there, and if it goes through, that product is yours, you've bought it. So here's a good idea. It also shows you market price as well. So if I just jump onto TCG Player really quickly, you can see it's saying market price for Forbidden Light Elite Trainer Box is 158 US dollars. Now, what you might want to do is, and I'm talking US dollars here, the highest bid is $68. It also shows you how many people have these listed for sale. So there might be 4 items for sale, or 10 items for sale, or 100 items for sale, or 2 items for sale. You might want to put the highest bid in there. Let's say, get to a place where you're comfortable with. Let's say it's 120 US dollars, and of course you'll have to factor postage into that, which might cost you 130 US dollars posted, but that could well get picked up. It sits there for a while, and that's how I've bought a few Elite Trainer boxes from Sun Moon. So I got my Lost Thunder booster box off StockX. I also got my Celestial Storm Elite Trainer box, I should say, not booster box, Elite Trainer box off StockX, and zero issue. Like, they are perfect. Not one nick, not one mark. The wrapping's spot on, the color's spot on. It's 100% legit Pokemon product. Like, it's not fake. It does. The annoying part is it comes with a little StockX verified sticker on it, which, if you know what you're doing, they're very easy to remove without affecting the, I suppose, natural nature of the box, without ripping the plastic, so to speak. So don't stress about that. Don't stress about that little sticker that comes with it. All I did, and I'll give you an idea, right? So this Celestial Storm Elite Trainer box, current market price now, I think is about 600 or 650 Australian dollars. When I bought this, which was probably about, it would have been 2 years ago now I picked this up, or very close to 2 years, 18 months to 2 years ago, market price was about 400 Australian dollars. Okay, I put a bid in there at 240 Australian dollars, because why not? I was like, if that picks up, I'm happy to spend $240 on a Celestial Storm Elite Trainer box. More than happy to. You know what? After 2 days of sitting there, I got a notification to say, done. Money had been debited from my PayPal. This was on the way. $20 Australian postage, because it is an American-based site. So I got that for 260 Australian dollars posted to my address. Compared to market price at the time was about 400 Australian dollars. Same with this Lost Thunder I keep saying booster box, Elite Trainer box. Another example, okay? Lowest bid was like 90 Australian dollars. At the time, market price was probably 180 for a Lost Thunder Elite Trainer box. So I put one in there at 120. Same thing, $20 postage to Australia, picked it up at 140. It took about a week to pick that sale up, but eventually a seller might go, okay, these bids coming through are pretty low, and eventually I'm just going to take the highest one to move it on. And you know, both times, and plus other times, I've bought some Japanese 151. I've also bought bulk hidden fates. Like StockX used to send like 6 Elite Trainer boxes at once. From, you could buy 4 or 6 or 8, or even a case of Elite Trainer boxes of hidden fates off StockX. And you know, every time I've used it, I've been able to buy stuff under market price. You've just got to put your bid in there, be confident with it, be patient with it, and be happy for it just to be taken straight from your account without you sort of realizing when and where. It's not like eBay where you click on it and you know you're making the purchase straight. Then you could put a bid in and 12 days later that money could get debited straight out of your account or your PayPal. So that's how StockX works. And I've found from my experience, I've got some ripper products that are 100% legit and I've got them well under market price. Third one, and I'll touch on these last two really quickly because I think I wanted to keep this video around 10 minutes, but I've been probably yapping on a little bit too much, haven't I? Local gaming store. What I feel here, this is a very easy one. Just build yourself a relationship, okay? Because if you build that rapport or relationship with your local gaming store and there's a good guy or girl inside there that you get on really well with, and you know, you can pick up product off them without them having to wait for customers to come in. You're just going to be there. They can give you a buzz and say, hey man, I've got this deal going. I'll sell you this for this price. I've picked up some more Japanese 151. I can move it to you for 250 Australian a box, whatever the reason might be. You know, that's predominantly how I got a lot of my Japanese 151. The guy I use cannot get it anymore. But you know, I picked up a lot because he said, mate, I'd rather just move it on to you at this price. Let's not even worry about putting it in the shop. Bang, bang, done. Like that relationship you can have with your local gaming store is really, really important. And the fourth one I wanted to touch on is the big retailers. So here in Australia, we've got things like Target, we've got things like Kmart, we've got Toy World, we've got EB Games, we've got JB Hi-Fi that sell Pokemon cards. There's so many big retailers that sell Pokemon cards. Same thing in America. You know, I know you guys have got Walmart and what is it, GameStop over there, not EB Games. And you know, the thing about big retailers is they don't care about Pokemon cards. They have no clue about it. It's not like your local game store that knows the market of Pokemon cards. Big retailers have no clue. If they're overstocked with something, whether it's Pokemon cards, linen, cookware, furniture, kids' toys, whatever it might be, clothing, shoes, if they're overstocked with something because they got their order wrong, supply demand, they're going to want to move it and slash the prices on it. So always keep an eye on what's going on, whether it could be a Boxing Day sale, it could be Black Friday sales. I remember when I picked up those Zacian and Zamazenta pin collections, which has 11 Crown Zenith booster packs inside it for 32 Australian dollars. It worked out to be like $3 Australian a booster pack, which is like $2 US a booster pack for Crown Zenith. Because Kmart Australia doesn't know. Like, they don't know whether that's a good price. They don't even care. They just probably overstocked them. They're like, yep, we've got to move on. Scarlet and Violet's here. We've got to get rid of this old Sword and Shield stock. Let's just sell it at cost price, or even sometimes below cost price, and move it on and go again with something we can make profit off. But like they didn't know how good a set Crown Zenith was, and selling it at $3 Australian a booster pack essentially was so underpriced. They're just moving it. So keep an eye on that sort of thing as well. Well, hopefully everyone has learnt a little bit from this video. I'm Michael, this is Poke Oz, and I'll catch everyone next time.